can I please welcome Jennifer Ruiz. Hello, Jennifer, who is the Director of Global Government Solutions at the Mastercard Global Tourism Innovation Hub in Madrid. You are basically the architect, aren't you, of this whole thing. So can you tell us a bit more about it?
Yes, thanks, Rajan. As you all know, the tourism industry was one of the worst affected by the COVID crisis. However, we've seen that the passion for travel remains strong, and flight bookings have already exceeded the pre-pandemic levels, according to our data. But it's true that the way that people travel has changed, and now it's time for destinations to start thinking about a more sustainable, resilient, and inclusive industry. And this is the objective of the new Mastercard Tourism Innovation Hub that was launched earlier this year in 2022, located in Madrid, but with a global scope. So we want to put destinations and people at the heart of everything we do and contribute to build a more sustainable industry. And what you may be wondering, what do we do? What does the Tourism Innovation Hub do? So first of all, we support destinations, but also the private sector to digitalize the tourism industry, to transform the tourism industry, and we also help them to design new solutions that may not exist in the market right now. So if we can go to the next slide. Okay, one more, please. Yes, thank you. So what you can see in the screen are the objectives of the Tourism Innovation Hub, or what we do. So first of all, as I mentioned before, we help destinations to transform their tourism business with the set of solutions that Mastercard has. Of course, we have very interesting data that we can leverage to help destinations to better understand how tourism works, tourism flows, etc., as it was discussed in the previous session, including the partnership that we have with Mabrian. But also we have solutions to help destinations in their marketing efforts to position themselves. We have priceless experiences to offer unique initiatives or activities to tourists. We can support them with their tourism campaigns, and also even to measure and track the impact of these initiatives. And of course, we have sustainable solutions, which is the objective of this event, such as the carbon calculator to calculate the CO2 impact of our purchases, and such other platforms such as the donation platform to contribute to certain causes by donating money. But the other thing we do, as I mentioned before, is design new sustainable solutions, and we do this by, first of all, inspiring destinations and stakeholders by giving them access to key thought leadership and our network of experts, to connect people or all the stakeholders in the tourism industry to exchange information, knowledge, etc. And what is more important, we help destinations to co-create solutions, to ideate these new solutions that don't exist in the market with our design thinking experts. So as I mentioned, okay, thank you.
Oh, you're in charge now.
Okay.
Very good.
It's working. So as I was saying, we collaborate with industry players to build this more sustainable tourism, so tourism that is beneficial for everyone, so including communities, destinations, tourists, private companies, and of course SMEs too. And we connect the public entities, the private entities, and also we had a network of innovation partners with the solutions that they offer to solve some of the problems that we see in the market right now. So this is what the TIH is, and we've identified several challenges that any destination must face nowadays, and of course sustainability is key, is one of the key pillars. So we think that it's time to reimagine a more sustainable, resilient, and inclusive tourism. But I think that the best way to explain our work is by showing or explaining one of the projects that we've done recently. It's a very innovative project, very easy to understand at the same time, and it's an end-to-end approach for a destination such as Costa Rica. So in Costa Rica, Costa Rica is well known for being a very sustainable destination, famous for its environment, the wildlife, everything's green there. But after the pandemic, they had a need to design a new strategy to attract travelers again, and also increase their sustainability awareness of travelers. They wanted to attract more sustainable conscious travelers. So we've been helping Costa Rica in the last months to design this new strategy or new program, which is a very holistic program covering different solutions and different steps in the customer journey, of course. And first of all, I must mention that we did this project in partnership with the Costa Rica National Bank, and also with the Costa Rica DMO, which is the Costa Rica Tourism Institute. So the three entities have been working together to implement this program, and what you can see in the screen is the solution or the journey that we propose for travelers arriving in Costa Rica. So let's say I'm a tourist and I arrive at the Costa Rica airport, at the San Jose airport. So there, the first thing I find is a machine where I can print a prepaid card, biodegradable card that I can use when I'm in Costa Rica for any purchases I want to make. You can use it then later in other countries, of course, but today I will speak about Costa Rica. And it's not only about getting this prepaid card, but every time that a prepaid card is issued, the tourist is making a donation to protect the local wildlife. In this case, it's the turtles and the sharks in Costa Rica. So imagine that the first thing you do when you arrive in Costa Rica is contributing to the local, the protection of the local wildlife. I think that's pretty good as a first step in Costa Rica. So
it's a donation, or it's actually a levy? Which one is it? A tax or is it a donation?
It's a donation.
Yeah. Okay.
It's a donation you do automatically when you get the card. Then you download the app where you can load the card and, of course, control your expenses, and then you start using it for whatever you want. Buy some souvenirs, experiences, restaurants in Costa Rica, and every time you do a transaction, you can get an overview, or you can see the real impact of your purchases with the carbon calculator that it's included in the card app. So you can see the real impact of your decisions. The total CO2 emissions, but also the split by category, which I think it's really good because it helps you to really understand that you have an impact with what you do.
Can I just ask you a question about that? So, for example, you buy something, a meal at a restaurant, and it will tell you what the carbon. Yeah,
exactly. So you get this graph that you can see in the screen, and it's split it by category of purchase. So let's say restaurants, accommodations, apparel. So yeah, you can see exactly the real impact of of the way you behave in Costa Rica. Yes.
And presumably you'll get more sophisticated because everything that you do at some point, maybe, I don't know, but in the future, it's not just purchases, but it's your whole daily behavior that can somehow be computed into the system, and it will tell you what the effect is, your carbon emissions of everything you do, or your environmental effect of everything you do.
Yes, as long as it's linked to the card or to your bank transactions, you can see the real impact.
Great.
Yes.
Sorry to interrupt. Go.
But what is even better is that you can understand your CO2 emissions, but at the same time you can decide to compensate these CO2 emissions by donating some money to local causes, or in this case to the Mastercard Priceless Planet Coalition, to plant trees. The objective is to plant 100 million trees in different countries. So you can contribute and compensate your CO2 emissions by donating some money and help to protect the environment. So as you can see, it's a very easy to understand solution or journey. This is the first phase. The card is going to be launched in the next months, but we're already working on a second phase of the project that will probably include some experiences, unique experiences, priceless experiences in the country. And also we're seeing how to support the local community, the local SMEs there, to make them more digital, to attract more travelers to buy there, etc. So this is just the first step, but the idea is that we will have a second phase that will be even more complete. So what I find very interesting about this project is that, first of all, we're supporting Costa Rica to differentiate the destination as a sustainable destination, so to promote this branding. We're supporting local causes. I've mentioned that every time a card is issued, you're donating some money to the protection of the of the turtles and the sharks in Costa Rica. But for me, the key point is that you're contributing and helping tourists to understand their emissions and make more conscientious spending choices. And the final idea is that if you become more sustainable in Costa Rica by implementing small changes in your daily life, you can take this back to your home country and continue working on making your choices more sustainable. So I see this as a long-term commitment for tourists. And finally, we're also helping the digitalization or facilitating the digitalization of payments, which is good for the economy as a whole, but especially for SMEs, and also for tourists, because we're enhancing the security and trust for consumers and merchants, so consumers don't have to take any cash with them, which means safety at the end. And of course, we're increasing the payment security. So yeah, this is a project that we've done in Costa Rica. It's an example that we really like. We think it's very innovative, easy to understand, and has a huge impact at the same time. But we're doing many more in other national, local, regional destinations. And of course, from the Tourism Innovation Hub, we will be happy to continue supporting as many destinations as possible to become more sustainable.
Thank you very much. I've got to ask you, and I'm sure people will be in the audience thinking, what's in it for Mastercard? Why are Mastercard doing it?
Why? Because, no, as I mentioned before, we really believe in a more sustainable tourism. That's why Mastercard has launched this initiative globally, which is the Tourism Innovation Hub, because we really want and we really believe in a more sustainable future. So it's not just making business, it's us wanting to contribute to a better tomorrow.
And you're the first credit card in a sense to do this, right? You're the first company to do this?
You mean the hub, sorry?
Yeah.
Yes. We've implemented this hub in Madrid. We also have a sustainability lab in Stockholm. There are several labs or hubs around the world focused on different topics, and Mastercard has decided to open this one in Madrid, given the relevance of the Spanish tourism industry, but we will help destinations worldwide.
Well, we have the presence of a rival company here, obviously, with Amex GBT. It'd be interesting to see what else happens in this sphere. But congratulations on, because I know you are so personally involved in this. So, well done and congratulations on this.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Jennifer Ruiz, thank you.